Is your small business growing? That's the question we address right here on the Grow Your Biz Show. It's where we interview strategic entrepreneurs who inform and inspire you on your solopreneur or small company journey. Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Grow Your Biz Show. Hi, I'm Paul with growmedia.com. Today's show is going to be a little different. Instead of one long interview, we're going to have several short interviews, kind of a best of compilation show, kind of a trailer show, if you will. So get your seatbelt on, we're going to take a ride and get out there and grow something. ActionCoachOmaha.com is the global leader in business coaching for small businesses and businesses of all sizes. If you need to clarify your business and if you need to have some accountability in your business, contact Jim Barger at ActionCoachOmaha.com. Hi, I'm Paul Madsen with growmedia.com, and I am here with Gina Guzman of the Guzman Law Firm. Gina, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hey, Gina, thanks for coming down, and good to see you today. Tell us, what business are you in?
We help business leaders win disputes, protect their wealth, and do deals so they can spend their time on what's worth it.
Wow, I'd rather spend time on what's worth it than all that legal stuff. Tell us about that a little bit. What does all that mean?
Well, if they have an issue with their company or their business, we can tackle that for them so that they can stay focused on their true mission and their goals.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, that really helps a lot. Well, tell us, why are you in this business? I mean, that's a very unique approach, I think, that you are keeping the customer back to what they need to do as opposed to get tangled up in law. Why do you do that?
We like to be their partner in order to help them. And when we help them, it's a force multiplier because their business can grow, and as in turn, the whole economy grows. And it's just really fulfilling, and when you have that passion to see them succeed.
Well, I'm hearing the word passion in there, and I sense that word passion of you. I mean, your firm has grown from what to what?
From 1 to 60 in 10 years.
10 years.
We've been one of the fastest growing law firms in the country for the last 2 years in a row.
What do you attribute that to?
I think the fact that we run the firm like a business and we're really strategic and partnering with our clients, and I have a great team, and we're team-based focus.
Yeah, and you work hard to build the culture of that team, is that it? Tell us about that.
Culture is a big focus for us at the Guzman Law Firm. We're a strengths-based organization, and we use StrengthsFinder, and we find when we keep people in their sweet spot, it really helps them propel and succeed.
Well, I'm impressed, and Gina, tell us, what differentiates, and you already have, but tell us what differentiates Guzman Law Firm from all the many other law firms out there?
We're focused on the business leader and the business owner and helping support them in particular. I'm the CEO's attorney, I'm a CEO myself, and when the CEO calls me, they get legal advice as well as some business advice.
Well, you can relate to them and you know what they're going through as well because you run a business of, I mean, that's got to be hard to grow that fast. Tell me about the bumps in the road and what you've managed to overcome.
Well, there definitely are always growing pains, and that's when you have to pivot and do some self-sacrifice and dig deep in order to keep moving ahead and accomplishing your goals.
Sounds like you need to know your values, know your culture, and be able to pivot, right?
That's right.
Gina Guzman of the Guzman Law Firm. Gina, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Paul Madsen with Grow Media here with Alex Kuklinski of InMotion and FIO. Alex, good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, Alex, tell us, what business are you in?
Yeah, so with InMotion, we're in the business of helping early stage startup founders move forward faster through one-on-one coaching, mentorship, and introductions to folks locally and regionally. FIO is in the business of helping companies improve their customer adoption through tutorials that are tailored to how people prefer to learn.
So you are a unique combination of a director of an incubator or accelerator. Mm-hmm. Which is it?
Accelerator.
Accelerator, sorry.
Yep.
Director of an accelerator and an independent business owner, founder, et cetera, within the software space.
Yep.
So you know from what you speak, because you mentor a lot of people in that kind of InMotion program, right?
I do.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so with InMotion, we accept 5 companies in the spring, summer, and fall and help them go through customer discovery, validate their value proposition, get customers, and towards the end, we introduce them to startup investors, both locally and regionally, and then kick it off or complete it all with a demo day.
Demo day, yes.
Yep.
I'd love to get to one. I need to do so.
Yeah, they're fun.
Hear all 5 of them make their pitch about what they've done, what they've learned, and where they're going. So how early of a stage company typically comes into the InMotion program?
So it usually varies. At the very earliest stage, what we're looking for are companies and founders that have validated their business in some form. So have they gone out and talked to people about the idea?
Good, important.
Yes. Have people express that this is an actual issue that they're looking to solve.
Okay.
And if they're a software company, they're not a developer. How many people have they talked to? Do they have mock-ups? How close are they to actually building it? What does their customer persona look like?
Okay.
If they have a physical product, have they sold it?
So you really help these people refine and get down to what it is they're about and how to find their customers and so on.
Yeah.
It's an accountability. It's a real help that way, right? Well, awesome. Tell us about it's a non-profit entity, InMotion, of course. Tell us a little bit about who's behind it and what makes InMotion different than other accelerators.
Yeah, so InMotion, the nonprofit side, is funded by the Lincoln Partnership for Economic Development, the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, Union Bank and Trust. Fuse Co-working is a big sponsor as well.
Okay, cool.
And so what makes this different is that we only accept 5 companies each cohort. And so instead of pushing a lot of companies through a program, where, at least for me, I kind of felt like a number in some of those programs.
And you have been through the program. I'm going to interrupt you. You've been through the program with FIO. Give us 10 seconds about what FIO does.
Yeah, so FIO is a tutorial management platform that helps companies improve customer adoption through creating video and written tutorials that are tailored to how people prefer to learn.
Perfect, and
that's what FIO does.
And that's a short version. We'll have the URLs on the screen, of course, and that's Alex with InMotion and also with FIO. Check those 2 out. And Alex, thanks for coming over.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, I'm Paul Madsen of growmedia.com, and I'm here with Cory Spitzer, entrepreneur extraordinaire, and we're just going to brainstorm a little bit about what it takes to launch a company, to get started, and to grow something. That's the whole point behind growmedia.com and behind your ventures. Cory, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hey, Cory, you've started 2 or 3 businesses, some good success lately with one and starting others. Tell us, why do people start businesses?
Oh man, that's a loaded question. I'll tell you, I think some people are just wired, whether it's they can't work at a traditional corporation, or they're not the type to go to college for multiple years and just sit in lectures and things like that. It's really tough to say. Some people just, when they hear that it's an option, that's all they need to hear.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and that's a good answer, because it is soup to nuts as far as the reasons people do it. We probably can't cover that in 3 minutes. But tell us, what do you think is a good preparation? What should people be prepared for when they launch their own business?
Oh man.
In 3 minutes or less.
Well, I'll tell you, everything takes longer than you think.
That's right.
Everything is more stressful than you think. Everything requires more time and money. But one trap that a lot of people fall into, what I've fallen into, is when you get into the grind and you're kind of tunnel vision, and you've got the anxiety and the depression and a lot of forces in life that are working at you. That experience is not unique, and everybody goes through that. Everybody thinks at one point or another, I'm not smart enough, or I'm not good enough, or they hit legal issues or family issues.
You said something about imposter theory or whatever.
Right, yeah.
What is that?
The imposter syndrome is when you think, I'm in a place that I don't deserve to be. I've achieved a level of success because I'm just clever enough to fool people that I have the skills and talents and experience to do so.
Sure.
But and everybody, even the most successful people get it. And it's important, because nobody talks about it, to realize that your experience is not unique.
Well, and that's a good one. That's a good one. Well, just to wrap up our quick, that's something that they need to think about on the head. Those are great things to think about On the front end, how important is it to have a big picture, the know what the end looks like or know where you want to be down the road?
I think it's important to define success for you personally.
It's good.
Because otherwise, you may go 40 years and say, I haven't made it yet. I haven't made it yet. Meanwhile, you still need to live your life,
Well, that's yes. There's the old book, Start with the End in Mind and all that kind of thing. And I think that's all helpful. But like you and I have talked about before, the whole idea of the pivot. Tell us about that. I mean, tell us, some companies that you've been part of didn't look exactly into it like you thought they were originally. Right. When do you pivot? How do you pivot?
Well, so it's the same with success. The road, you can only see so far ahead, and the road has got twists and turns that you could have never predicted 6 months ago.
Okay.
Right. So I think a lot of it, you develop an instinct over time, right? It only comes from experience.
Right.
And it only comes from having the tenacity and persistence to work towards your goals over the course of years.
Okay.
There's no such thing as an overnight success. Really.
Right. The old line, I worked 25 years to become an overnight success.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's all about knowing yourself, trusting your instincts, and you'll know when something feels wrong or doesn't work with your life.
Last thoughts to wrap up, advice for entrepreneurs as they get out there and make things happen for themselves?
Talk to people. Tell people about your idea. Find mentors. Find potential customers. Get feedback. Just talk about what you're doing.
Cory Spitzer from Entrepreneur Extraordinaire. Good to have you. Good to talk to you today. Thanks a lot. Talk to you next time. Hi, I'm Paul Madsen from growmedia.com. I'm here today with Skylar and Stephen of the company called Motherboard. It's an exciting social venture that is right here in Omaha, kind of a new company, and I'm thrilled to have you get their story. Skylar, good to see you.
Thank you.
Stephen, welcome.
You too.
So, Stephen, as the owner of Motherboard, tell us, what business are you in?
Motherboard is a social enterprise. We recycle electronics and we employ adults on the autism spectrum, and then the good computers that come in we refurbish for low-income families, for nonprofits, for persons with disabilities.
Awesome. And Skylar, I understand you fit that spectrum of the disability spectrum. Tell us about your situation and what you do for Motherboard.
I'm currently on the spectrum. I was diagnosed when I was a little kid. Of autism.
Okay.
And I also have ADHD.
Okay.
And I found this company through PACE.
Okay.
Autism Action Partnership.
Okay,
yeah.
sure. Okay, great. And you've been an employee there how long?
10 months.
10 months, great. Well, and Stephen, how many employees do you have?
5 employees and 6 if you count me.
6 if you count you, and I think you're worth counting. You bet. It's your idea. In fact, since it's your idea, tell us, why are you in this business?
Because I'm crazy.
Yeah, you ask yourself that every day, right?
It's just more of an obsession. I think that's true with other entrepreneurs. I used to be in church ministry, and I don't want to work in churches anymore. And I like computers. I've always done computer type things, and so I want to impact the local community with what I do.
Awesome. And Skylar, I understand you used to be with a big employer before. Tell us about working for a small company like Motherboard versus a big company.
Well, with a big company, there's a lot of people in charge, and if you have a problem, usually you just go to the next in line, and it goes up and up the ladder, and it can take a while for the problem to get fixed.
Right.
But with Stephen being the sole owner, and you can just talk with him directly, and the problem can get fixed right away.
Well, that's the beauty of working for a small company, and you can make your own decisions.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's lonely at the top, though, isn't it?
Oh, extremely.
Yeah, and what I understand is this is your first business, so you're learning a lot, aren't you?
Yeah. I've learned a whole lot over the last 7 years.
And the whole idea of failing as a way of learning things, I think all of us in the small business world feel that same way. Well, to wrap up, Stephen, tell us, what differentiates Motherboard from other recycling companies?
We're the only one in the industry providing social impact here in this community.
And what does social impact mean?
We employ adults with autism. They experience 40, 50, 60% of unemployment. We focus our refurbishment efforts on providing affordable computers for nonprofits, for low-income families, and for persons with disabilities.
Awesome. So if you are a major employer, major corporation needing a good place to socially dispose of your electronics, Motherboard is a good angle for you for that. They contribute to the community. You agree, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. And Stephen, thanks for coming. Head out to motherboard.com.
Motherboardrecycling.org.
and learn more. And thanks for joining us. Hi, Paul Madsen with growmedia.com. I'm here with Mike and Jerry Schlickburn, and we're going to learn all about them. Mike, good to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Jerry, good to see you today.
Thanks for
coming
having us,
in. Hey, these two have several different companies in the construction and real estate world, and I'm going to ask them all about that. Jerry, what business are you in?
So we are a one-stop shop for real estate investors. We have real estate brokerage, property management, construction, and a roofing company all under one roof.
As a married couple, that's a big pile of companies, big pile of effort, routines and things to do, I'm sure. Mike,
Yeah.
Why are you in this business? These businesses?
We started to basically improve the neighborhood one house at a time through the rehab, renovation, the selling of the home, basically giving maybe even a new home buyer an opportunity to buy a new, freshly remodeled home.
Right, and so improving each neighborhood and helping bring your skills together, and then you two met and married, and the mission in the company grew, right?
Yes. And we kind of wanted to grow it outside of all of us. So basically, with all the benefits that we've obtained through our companies, we like to provide back in the community through different organizations, giving back through different charities.
Sure, even the adoption thing, and knowing you two as I do, I'm sure the people, the trust factor is huge, isn't it?
Yes.
Helping your clients have that trust?
Yeah, we've really been key on people turn to us so they can trust us. Basically, whatever we do, we want to do the best that we can at it.
Sure. Well, that's integrity is a big part in that field,
Yeah.
and I'm sure because there are some that aren't in that world, aren't there, Jerry?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Like you said earlier, you can shake a stick and meet somebody in one of our industries, but unfortunately, they're not all, above board or trustworthy.
Sure. Well, what does differentiate all of your companies from all the other real estate realtors, brokers, investors, and house rehabbers out there? What differentiates
Well,
you?
I think the most obvious thing is just that we have so many benefits under one company. And then the thing that we're probably most proud of is the trust factor, that our clients trust us and keep coming back to us. The investors that we have within our companies are the same ones that we've had from the beginning.
Right.
So that shows to us, that we're treating people right and doing.
It's
doing
not
right
just
by
trusting
people.
as me trusting you to fix up one house. It's investors investing in your investment company,
Yeah.
Capital Group, with their money
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Well, that says a lot, and that says a lot about them. Please check the credits for all the different companies that Jerry and Mike are involved with. Thanks for joining us for this Grow Media Minute. Hi, I'm Paul Madsen with growmedia.com. I'm here with Joe Silva of Ideal Payroll Service. Joe, welcome.
Thanks, Paul.
Good to see you. Hey, Joe, tell us, what business are you in?
So Ideal Payroll Service helps local businesses streamline their payroll processing. We do that a variety of ways through our service-based and software, but we help local businesses focus on what they do best so that they can grow.
Well, that's important because there's a lot of minutia
Yes.
involved with payroll, tax, IRS, and all that kind of thing. Is it an investment for me to stay out of the review of IRS?
It typically is, yes, because the way we like to look at it is if you do something wrong or incorrectly, even if it's by mistake, a lot of times that'll cost you more than what our service costs for the entire year. So it's well worth the money paid.
That will cost me more than what the service costs. Now that just seems like a no-brainer that I offshore my service to you, but it's not offshore, is it?
No, we're local. That's why we exist, is to provide this conversation right here, one-to-one service, open communication. Most of our clients, we know them by name, so they call. We know you as Paul. You're not client XYZ 1 2 3 4, and that's the difference there. But there's lots of ways to do your payroll.
Right.
But we can provide a means to personalize it. We're kind of like your payroll department next door, but we personalize it and make sure that everything's handled properly.
But you have a big staff and clients all across the nation, right?
Yeah, big is relative, but we've got 7 employees. There's 7 of us.
Right.
We're heavy here in Nebraska, Iowa, but we're in about 20, 25 states now.
How long have you been in business?
Since 2011, so we're in our 9th year.
A lot of word of mouth has built your product to where you are now, huh?
Pretty much. We do zero, as far as marketing dollars, other than a few small things, but most of it's referrals, word of mouth marketing through accountants or insurance partners, things like that.
We've kind of talked about it, Joe, but tell us what differentiates you from all the other payroll services in India, the Philippines, or even off in New York.
A lot of what we do is answering questions quickly. When you call us, we're not going to put you through a phone tree. We're not going to transfer you to another department. All that's in-house. So again, we know you by name. We know our clients one-to-one. And we can bring the technology that the big companies have, and we can bring that down into a small business. So just because you don't have 1,000 employees doesn't mean you can't have online pay stubs, or it doesn't mean you can't have an applicant tracking system or W-2s online, whatever it is. We can bring that technology and service it one-to-one.
All with a local telephone number and local office in West Omaha.
Absolutely.
I love your emphasis. And also you have a podcast that promotes your show. What's that called?
I do. So really the only marketing we do is we sponsor a Local Business Talk podcast. And so Local Business Talk podcast focuses on ideas, strategies, tips to help small business owners grow and succeed. That's the idea there. And that flows right into what Ideal Payroll Service, our mission is local business success.
And where can people find you on that podcast?
So search Local Business Talk on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, or wherever podcasts are listened to.
Joe, good to see you.
Thank you, Paul.
That's Joe Silva of Ideal Payroll Services, and I'm Paul with growmedia.com. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Paul Madsen from Grow Media here with Kelly Miller, CEO of Awakening Store and Psychic Medium. Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
Welcome. Good to see you today.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, Kelly, let's jump in. What business are you in?
I am honestly here to provide grief relief to people with unanswered questions from friends and family members that have died.
So you are truly a medium.
Yes,
You
I
provide
am.
that connection of the ones who have gone, and if I have an unanswered question, can you help?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. And do you do that in groups or one-on-one or how?
All. How about that?
Okay, yes.
So I do it
yes.
individually, and then I do it as a live audience reading or as a large group reading.
And you do that in several locations, I hear.
Yes.
Like
yes.
how, for instance, where?
So I go to Minneapolis, Denver, Des Moines, Kansas City, Omaha, Fargo. So usually about an 8-hour radius.
Awesome. And you're based out of Omaha, with and you have a store and
Yes.
a classroom setting there?
Yes, I do. So I teach a lot of different workshops through there, plus live webinars, and then I also have something called Enlightenment Academy, which is a program that I specifically wrote for the next generation of psychic mediums.
And who goes to Enlightenment Academy?
People that are interested in my line of work, or people that are also natural healers, anybody that might be interested in the metaphysical type world.
Sure, and helping people obviously is your philosophy and your
Absolutely.
approach. Well, Kelly, there's a lot of, if I look at online, I'm sure I'll find lots of psychic healers or psychic mediums, etc. Why are you in this business, and what makes you different than all of them?
I'm different because I'm just like everybody else, and I really am here to help people with that next step, or helping people to figure out solutions to the problems that they might have
In their daily life.
in their daily life.
So that's the life coaching part
That's
of
the
it.
life coaching
And I
part.
could see how the burdens of maybe some grief
You bet.
relate into that. Do you see that often, where one transfers into the other?
Yeah, usually they do, but I'm honestly here more for that life coach than mediumship. I do mediumship as well, but most people come to me because of that life coaching.
Well, and you tell it like it is, from what I hear. Yeah.
I do. I'm pretty black and white about it.
You're the Judge Judy of the medium
I
world.
am.
Get it done. Okay, great. Well, that's terrific. This is Kelly Miller of the Awakening Store in West Omaha, and also a medium and a psychic. And Kelly, great to see you today.
Thanks for having me.
Hello, Paul Madsen with growmedia.com. I'm pleased to be with Tom Beckett today. Tom, good to see you.
Good to see you, Paul.
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right.
Well, good. Hey, Tom, tell us, what business are you in?
I'm in the Tom Beckett business.
Tom Beckett business. What does that mean, and what does that translate to?
It means I've taken, I found a way to take whatever personality I have and whatever thoughts I have and turn it into a profitable business.
And whatever strengths you have.
Yeah, strengths, and taking that and with the talk radio, with the TV commentary on Fox 42, with getting into social media, also doing real estate, where I've taken my name and my contacts, my reputation, and I've worked that into real estate. So I'm keeping very busy. But basically, it's all based on me. I live or die by, it's what do they say? I eat what I kill, right? and I've done it. I've done it by just being myself and putting myself out there. And I've been very fortunate with my career in finding an audience that's been willing to, go along with me for the ride.
Well, that's awesome. So it sounds like you're saying build your brand, build on your strengths, build what you have. Some might have said that you're not a fit for certain industries along the way, but you still built on that anyway.
Jerry Seinfeld has a great quote. He says, being a stand-up comic is a lot like being a mass murderer. No matter how many times people try to talk you out of it, you're still going to do it. So, you find your passion and you follow it. That's what you do. I mean, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you go and you find whatever your passion may be, and you go that route. And there are going to be people along the way that are going to say, you can't do that. Well, yeah, it's easy to listen to them. Don't. Follow your passion. Be smart about it, but make sure that your passion really. If my passion is playing in the NBA, that ain't going to happen, right?
Right.
But follow your passion and make it happen, and be smart about it, and don't let the naysayers throw you by the wayside.
Perfect. For an entrepreneur wanting to get started in my business, your advice for them for self-promotion would be what?
A little bit of everything. Get out there, meet people. Social media is a great opportunity, but it also boils down to making that personal one-on-one connection. I call it the Hannibal Lecter technique. In other words, if I meet somebody, and they meet me and we get a chance to talk, they'll have a more favorable image of me. Sure. Right? And Hannibal Lecter, it was like, if he touched somebody, he wouldn't kill you, right? And that's the same sort of thing. It's like, so, you go and you meet people and you get, try to get a favorable connection with them. And then hopefully, word of mouth spreads and that, your budgets are tight, then just get out there and knock on doors. If you've got the money, then buy ads, TV, radio, social media, a lot of different ways out there to get your message out.
Perfect, terrific. Sounds like a plate full of advice from Tom. Build on your strengths, get out there, make connections. Tom, thanks for the advice. Good to see you.
Thank you, Paul.